Hey everyone, today I'm reviewing the Borderlands pre-sequel. This is my first review ever, so feel free to give me any constructive criticisms on your opinions or on the review itself. Just for the record, what you're seeing is old gameplay and it doesn't really involve anything with the story, so you don't need to worry about any spoilers. And I have beaten the game. I finished it at level 26 and in about 14 hours, and that was with me not really doing any side quests. First, I want to recommend this game to those who are really interested in the Borderlands lore and story. However, I do find this game to be quite buggy and unpolished for which its current price is pretty shameful. It does indeed feel more like a big expansion pack for Borderlands 2. Here's some of the pros. Laser weapons are pretty cool, at least from the ones that I found. You can get different types of laser weapons. There's the blaster rifle, the beam rifle. There's just all sorts of varieties in typical Borderlands fashion. There's all sorts of different little changes to them. Your character actually talks and interacts with people, like kind of like in the same manner as in Saints Row, where you could pick a voice and that voice will interact with every single story, every single character uniquely, even though the story is basically the same for each playthrough. It does add a little bit of replayability because you, at least in my opinion, it makes me want to play as the other characters to see what they have to say. It's nice to have a game which majority of the voice actors are Australian instead of American or English. It's just a personal opinion because I constantly hear games with American voice actors or English voice actors. It's just different, and I like that about this game. It still has that good old Borderlands shoot and loot feel. That's never gonna go away. Now, there's this process that's called grinding, which it basically allows you to take 3 of a similar item or weapon and grind them together into a better weapon or item. So, for example, say that you have 3 green weapons and you put them all into this grinder. Then you grind them, and that gives you a weapon that is better, technically, and it'll have better stats, better so on and so forth. If you use Moonstone to grind it instead, you'll maximize your chances of getting an even better quality item. So say if you Moonstone grind 3 green weapons, you'll get a blue weapon. If you Moonstone grind 3 blue weapons, you'll get a purple weapon. And you can't get past purple, so don't try. At least I haven't been able to, so yeah, there's that. It really does feel like you're on the moon. It really, really does. I mean, everything from the low gravity to the oxygen system, they put a lot of effort into making sure that the, I guess you could say, physics behind everything on the moon was right. Moonstone, which is this game's Eridium, is everywhere. It drops all the time, and it drops from common enemies, it drops from bosses, it drops everywhere, and you get it constantly. Like, let's put this for example. In the first probably 3 or 4 hours of the game, I was able to get to the orange storage deck upgrade from Crazy Earl just from the first few hours of the game, just because of how much it dropped. I thought that was awesome, and I mean, obviously you have to implement that a better drop rate for it, because you're also going to be spending the Moonstone on the grinder. You're going to be spending it on these chests that if you put 40 Moonstone in, you're guaranteed blue and purple weapons or shields or grenades, anything. So I think it's a good way of utilizing a better system for that kind of currency. And anything you like about Borderlands 2, just you can say the same thing for this game. It's the exact same game, basically. Now, so here are some of the cons. The game really does feel like an expansion of the first. While I know that it's running the same engine, same combat, same everything, it really doesn't feel like a substantial upgrade from the second game. And I would overlook this, but then I see the $60 price, and then I shake my head thinking this is deserving a lower price given how little it differs from the second game. The oxygen system, while making the game more realistic, it sucks. It may be very much unnoticeable when in combat, and that's because when you're in combat and you're killing enemies, if you walk over their bodies, you have a potential of getting an oxygen tank from them. But it absolutely sucks ass when you're trying to walk around and explore the moon, if you're trying to look for chests, containers, quest objectives, or even just trying to explore. you're limited in what you can do because you constantly have to worry about your oxygen depleting, which it does deplete slowly, but you also have to think when you double jump or slam, that also uses up quite a bit of oxygen. Like, I think each double jump uses 10 oxygen, maybe, give or take a little bit, but out of 100, that's pretty significant. So you're going to be constantly looking for ways to refill your oxygen tank, and if you do run out, your screen will do this annoying like fade in and out thing, and you'll start losing just a little bit of health, not enough to make like kill you unless you're really low in health, but it's annoying. The whole thing's annoying outside of combat. It's a dumb system, I think. Item drops from enemies. These suck in this game, and I mean they suck because when you kill an enemy in Borderlands 2, the items kind of explode out of the enemy, but they stay relatively close to that general area which you killed the guy. In this game, sometimes, which in my case it was majority of the time when you killed an enemy, everything would just fucking fly everywhere, like, just everywhere. I mean, a good 100 meters away from me, and I have to go looking around just to find that one blue weapon or one Moonstone that I need to pick up, and it takes away from the game. I think it's dumb. They really need to fix that. Double jumping does serve a purpose. It kind of lets you get a little bit more velocity when you're trying to jump and boost. It'll let you move a little faster, and I think that's pretty cool, but the double jump itself kind of is pointless. I mean, you get maybe an extra 20% to your jump, which, I mean, yeah, it makes sense because you're not actually jumping, you're just exhausting some oxygen, but it's kind of pointless already because your regular jump is really freaking high. It's just my opinion. The only good thing that comes out of double jumping is that it can boost you while you're already in the air, like in velocity terms, not hype terms. So that's my opinion. This is my opinion, but low gravity can get annoying. I mean, I'll find myself getting stuck on some stuff or trying to climb something, and I just fall forever, and it sucks to fall forever because you can't do anything when you're in the air. You can't really move. You don't really have control of your movement. Slamming kind of helps this problem because it boosts you to the ground, but it kind of sucks other than that. And here's the biggest complaint that I have about this game. The game is short in comparison to the other Borderlands games, and the side quests, at least the ones that I played, were pretty short. Overall, I do recommend this game to Borderlands fans. If you're new to the series, I would say hold off, because this is not worth $60. This is deserving of maybe a $35, $40 to $45 price, because this is the exact same Borderlands game as the last game. It feels like a big DLC, and that's not acceptable for a $60 price. So wait for a sale, pick up the second and first game maybe, and that will be probably around $5 for each game for the Game of the Year edition, and see if you like Borderlands first. Then, if you're really interested in the lore and the story, pick up the pre-sequel, and only when that gets to a price drop. Unless you're really dedicated, then maybe get it. But I can't justify the $60 price. It's too high. Anyway, thanks for watching. Like I said, leave a comment below if you have any constructive criticism, or if you want to give your opinions about the game, that's fine too. So thanks for watching, and have a great day.